Hi, welcome to yoga. My name is Lindsay McDougall. Thank you for joining me again. We'll get started on our mat. Make sure you have enough space and your props ready. Let's get a block and sit upright in Sukhasana, easy pose. Hands on the knees. You can have one foot in front of the other. And then lift the shoulders up to the ears and roll them down the back. I have my palms facing up in a small mudra with my thumb and my first and third fingers touching. Take a big deep breath in, lifting the chest, pulling in the abdomen. And exhale, releasing. Letting go of all the things of the day. Let's take another inhale. And exhale, release. Lengthening the spine, the back of the neck and the head. And creating space with conscious breath around the body. So taking a scan and feeling any areas that might be holding or observing the areas in your body and what you're noticing. And try and relax those areas. Letting the breath massage. And release. And really bringing that breath into the lower abdomen, into the lower navel center. So as you exhale, go completely into the pelvic bowl. And then inhale from that place. Up the spine, mid-back, chest, even up through the neck and head. Imagine your breath going through the entire body. Getting very quiet and still. Coming to your intention today. Bringing that conscious awareness into your heart. And asking yourself, what do I want from today's practice? What can I cultivate in myself to bring into the rest of my day? If you can't think of yourself, think of who you would do this for. Think of a person, an animal, a child. Dedicating your practice to them. Good. And then take your right hand and bring it to the outside of your left ear. Gently pull the neck to the right. You can keep your eyes closed. Letting the weight of the head draw towards the right shoulder. And then back to center. Opposite arm goes to the right ear. And gently bring pressure to the side of the head towards the left shoulder. Good, and release. Then threading your fingers to the back of the head, pull the chin towards the chest, keeping a nice straight posture. On the exhale, just letting the weight do the work. release, bringing the thumb and forefinger under the chin and sternum, and then lifting the neck, getting a stretch in the front of the neck. Good. Almost raise the arms up and thread the palms and flip them, and press the forefinger and the forefingers particularly high towards the ceiling. Draw in the elbows, wrap the outer shoulders forward, and get longer, imagining that the arms are an extension of the spine here. Relax the neck, relax the back of the head, and use the core to lengthen the arms. Good, and exhale, twist to the right. Locating your sits bones, opening up the chest, looking over that right shoulder. And exhale, twist the other way. I'm bringing my right hand outside my knee, opening the chest. See if you can twist even more. Inhaling back to center, reaching the hands out in front of you, keeping the fingertips light. Sits bones back, drop the head. See if you can extend your chest to the ground. Softening the spine, the low back. Lengthening the outer arms. Drawing the heads of the shoulders back, shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, walk your hands back. And remove your block, or whatever you were sitting on. And let's come to tabletop. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the hips. Lengthen from the front hip bones. And then exhale, pull everything into low back, drop the head, press into the shins. And inhale, find that fluidity, elbows back, chest forward. Exhale, everything up in cat, rounding the back. And then bring some creative movement to it. So as you come into cow here, and exhale to cat, maybe you come a little bit into child's pose, or you lean your hips to the right. Maybe look towards your left hip, your right hip. Moving with the flow of the breath. Just warming up the spine. And then let's take some circular movements, moving the rib cage through a cylinder, going up and around, touching all sides of the cylinder. Notice areas where you might feel a little more stuck. And then reverse directions, going the opposite way. Just noticing and breathing through any areas of stuckness or tightness. One more. And don't forget about the neck here. The neck is part of the spine. Last little bit. Whichever way. And then come to neutral spine. Bring the right hand in front of the face on the mat. And then lift the left. Let's come into a twist here. Bringing that left hand underneath the right shoulder. Dropping the left shoulder to the mat. Hips are square, feet are flat, tops of the feet are flat. And then the right hand can press into the floor to twist, or you can take the wrap. Whichever gets you into your back and then relaxing the upper shoulder, the neck. And then inhale, press the right hand in, open up the left, and come to neutral spine. And let's come to the other side, lift the right arm up. And then exhale, thread it under, press the shoulder to the mat, lengthening the side of the neck and the head. And then the left hand can resist, or you can take the wrap here. Again, hips are square. Try and flatten the tops of the feet. And then press into the left arm. Coming up, open up that right arm again. Counter pose. Exhale down. And then come into child's pose. Untuck the toes, look forward between the hands. And then press into the balls of the feet and lift the hips, coming into downward facing dog. Just adjust the leg here. Okay. Find your down dog. Rolling those inner thighs back, dropping the head, and shaking it yes and no, side to side. And then reaching those hips back through the power of the arms and bringing the weight into the feet. Imagine the sits bones moving back. The low abdomen is supporting the low back. Low ribs are in. Mid back is moving towards the hips. And then inhale, coming to plank. Look forward. Draw those elbows back. Lengthen the neck. Tops of the shoulders back. Strong legs here. Let's hold this for 10, 9, squeeze the legs, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, good job, and 1, back to downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg long. Open up the hip and the knee. Reach the toes over to the right. And then exhale. Come forward. Lunar lunge here. You can bring your foot to the top of the mat. And sweep the arms up with the left knee down. Sinking the hips forward. And lifting the tips of the pelvis, the hip bones, those bones that are in the front of your hips, up, descending the sacrum. And then it's a little bit of ab work here as you lengthen the spine and reach the arms behind. Exhale, place the hands on either side of the right leg and heel, bring a nice kind of Ardha Hanuman here with the heel shimmying forward, toes towards the ceiling, lift and lengthen the chest. Just getting into this hamstring here and the calves. And notice that when we draw the chest forward and activate the abs, we can get into this more by squeezing the quads. Good, and bend the right knee. Left hand down, untuck the back toes. Low lunge twist here. Open up the right arm. See if you can look up at those thumbs, at the left thumb, the right thumb, sorry. Or the left if you're having neck issues. And in this, just listen to the left leg, squeeze the quad, drop the sacrum, and exhale. Come to plank pose. Lower down slowly into chaturanga, looking forward, elbows by the waist. Squeeze the quads. Keep a lift to those quads, kneecaps lifted, cobra here. Lengthen the chest. Imagine the tailbone down and reaching the entire chest forward. And exhale. Untuck the toes. Coming into child's pose. And downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg long. Open up the hip, bend the knees. Reach the toes all the way over to the right. Exhale, square the hips. Bring that left knee in and place it behind the left hand. Drop the right knee. Lunar lunge here. Sweep the arms up along with those hip points. So you start that growth, that back bend growth from the lower abdomen. Strong legs here. Descend the tailbone. And then with that abdomen strength, lengthen the chest towards the back of the room. Remember, the arms are an extension of the spine, so use the strength of the side ribs and the obliques to keep the neck soft and the arms long. Exhale, frame the left foot, shimmy that left heel in front of you a few inches to lengthen the back of the leg. And then look forward. Squeeze the quads, left quad in, and lengthen the chest. And experiment with the breath, using the posture to get deeper into this Ardha Hanuman stretch. Exhale, bend that left knee. Bring the right hand down next to the foot. We'll come into a high lunge here. Untuck the back toes. Lift the hips. Open up the left arm. And as you keep the hips square and squeeze the right glute up, bring that revolved chest towards the left knee. You can look up at the thumb if it feels good for your neck. And really notice the neck here and the chest. The tops of the shoulders, the clavicle, the sternum, the heart. You bring more space and lightness in the breath. Good, and exhale. Come to plank. Look forward, lower down. Come into high cobra, lifting the chest with the hands pressed down, feet flat, kneecaps lifted. And exhale, make your way back to down dog. Good, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, and take some steps or a hop if you're feeling energized. Inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Reach Lift the chest. And exhale, coming to our mountain pose in Samastitihi. Remembering our intention, sinking into those feet, the feet. My words are a bit jumbled today, I apologize. Lengthening the spine. Let's come into a chair pose here. So bringing the feet and the legs together. Inhale, sit back, and reach the arms forward. Squeezing the knees, lengthening through the side ribs, under the arms. And can you even lower down further? And then exhale, come to straight legs, drop the head. Inhale halfway. Exhale, place the hands. Make your way to plank or Vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg back. Sweep it forward. Warrior one here. Bring the hands together, maybe clasp the fingers. Drop the shoulders down the back, and then press into that left heel. So the foundation is there. And then bend the right knee as you use your core strength to bring the left side of the body forward. Lengthening the low back through the low abdomen. So a lot of dancing poses use this. Contra posture. And then coming into warrior two, open up the arms. Heel toe the right foot so it's in line with the back arch. And drop the hips, lengthening the shoulder blades away from each other and looking over that third finger. Notice the breath, bring some softness to the tops of the shoulders. Inhale, reverse. Left hand comes behind the waist to the top of the thigh, and then the right arm reaches all the way back. And then exhale. Come into triangle here, bringing the left foot up a bit, lengthening the right leg. So a little shorter stance. And then hinging the hips to the back of the room. Squeeze the quads in. Right hand comes to the shin, left arm up. And then notice the tops of the shoulders, the head and neck. Look down. Look up. My neck is cracking. Look down. Look up. And then squeeze those legs. And then coming up into star. Lifting the arms. Reaching, bring that right toe in front. And then clasp the hands behind the back. So wide-legged, forward fold here. And then drop the chest. Roll the shoulders up and over the head. And squeeze the wrists together. And press the entire shoulder joint back. Relax the low back. And exhale. Drop the the hands. Look forward. Heel toe the feet together. Bring the left hand in front of the right foot and then open up the right arm. Inner thighs back. Left elbow back. Drop the top of the shoulder head so you can create space in the left side, shoulder and neck. And then exhale, forward fold, drop the head, sway side to side. Other side, right hand in front of the left foot, open up the arms. And remember to rotate this right elbow so it's facing in between the legs. And then that shoulder is going to drop nicely as you twist. Notice when we twist, we really use a lot of our inner core, our hips. And exhale, sway side to side, drop the head. Walk the hands towards the front of the mat. Come into plank pose, right foot back. Look forward, elbows back, strong legs. Lower down slowly. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, look forward. Bend the knees. Reach and walk, hop, or step to the top of your mat. Halfway pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come to chair. Sit back. Reach the hips forward. Can you squeeze the thighs and lower the hips even more? Opening up the feet. Lifting the chest. And then come standing, reach the chest. Shirshasana. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. Keep that strength in the legs. Calm mind, calm heart. Back Sukhasana chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, place the hands. Plank pose, take a Vinyasa here. You can always drop your knees. Bend your knees, chest, chin. In your Vinyasas. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, warrior one. Drop the right heel. Make sure your legs are not over crossed, so that right foot's going to be out to the right a little more than the left. Inhale, find the clasp the weird way. Thumb and forefinger are free. Back heel is engaged with the right glute. And then with the glute engaged, you can bend that left knee and rotate the chest towards the front of the mat. The tendency is going to be a little skewed to the diagonal. Let's bring both hips and shoulders forward. Maybe you can look up at your hands. And then exhale. Let's take warrior two. Shimming that left foot in line with the back heel. Shoulders over hips, bend the left knee. Looking over that third finger. And try and use the core to spread the hips and rotate that right inner thigh back. Left hip under. Inhale, triangle pose, lengthen the left leg. Heel toe the right foot in about a foot or so. Squeeze thighs up, hips to the back of the room. Reach the left arm long. triangle pose. And left quad is lifted, right glute is engaged. And that strength in the leg will help the core to twist. Looking down. Left elbow back, looking up. Nice space. Using the breath to bring more aliveness and space into the chest and ribs. Good. And then inhale, coming up to star pose. Lift the arms. Exhale, look forward, bring the right foot up to the top of the mat. Lift the chest, lengthen. Let's try a balance pose here. We haven't done that in a moment. Let's bring finger to toe pose. So if you need a strap to help you, but I would encourage you to try a variation just because it helps to bring more strength into the body so you can find yourself in the pose eventually. So left hand on hip, right knee bends, and grab your toe with your fingers. And maybe you stay like this, just with the toe held and the knee bent. And from here, you're drawing the sacrum down. You're bringing action and lift through the low abdomen. And then maybe you bring the heel out a foot or 2 feet or the whole way. So level 1, if this isn't in your practice, you can hold it like this. And then for those with the extension, open it out to the side. Even level 1, you can open it out to the side, keeping hold of the toe and looking over that left shoulder. Bringing the breath into the low abdomen. And inhale back to center. Bring knee to nose. Lifting the hamstrings, strong abs. And exhale, down. Find your center. Rotate your ankles if you need. These balance poses often get right into the lower calf and ankle, kind of strengthening our balance everywhere. Then right hand on hip, left knee bends. Bring the fingers to wrap around the toe. Level 1, you'll stay with the toe like this, and just lift and lengthen the posture. Level 3 will lengthen the foot. Sacrum down. Breath is steady and slow and measured. Opening up to the side, looking over that right shoulder. Dropping the left outer hip. Engage the abs to lengthen the hips away. Exhale, back to center. Knee to nose. Even if you have the knee bent, draw the leg higher, higher, higher. And then release the grip, lower down. Good. And let's bring the right foot into the upper thigh. And open up the arms into tree. So if you can't bring the right heel into the upper thigh, you can always put it at the calf. And if your balance is a little hard, you can bring the toes to the inner ankle. So wherever you are, Open up the arms, and then bring the right hand on top of the left wrist. And press with your right heel, the left hip, over to the left. Nice side stretch here. And see how far you can go with taking the hips to the left. And inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands to heart, lower down. So tree variation on the other side. Heavy right foot. Left heel is in the same place as you had it before. So inner calf, ankle, or mid to upper thigh. I find it easiest to do the upper thigh, almost groin area, so you can get a little more traction with the heel. So squeeze the abs in, squeeze the right leg, open up the arms, and then bring the left hand on top of the right wrist, and then press with the heel and the hips over to the right. Soften with the breath. Lengthen the whole right side of the body. Should feel pretty good. Controlled, even, breathing. Coming up slowly, and exhale down. So even if you lost your balance like me, it's okay. Even trees fall in the storms. And coming to the top of your mat, inhale, reach, lengthen, squeeze the quads, glutes. Come into a nice back bend here in Sukhasana. Strong legs, tuck the chin. So see how far I'm coming back. And exhale, hands to heart center. Lower down, frame the feet. Drop the head. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plank pose. Vinyasa here. And downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg back. Sweep it forward, crescent pose. Reaching the arms up. So that crescent pose, the left heel is raised. And then exhale, thumbs to heart center. Drop the hips and then twist over to the right, bringing that left elbow outside the right knee. I'm feeling a nice stretch through the left side of my body. Hips are square. And see if you can keep the thumbs at the heart center as you lengthen the chest and the leg away from each other. Exhale, pull the abdomen in. Inhale, lower the tops of the shoulders away from the neck. Revolve the chest. And coming out, back into crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Come into triangle. Open up the arms. Left hand to hip, half moon pose, bending the right knee. And right hand comes outside of the pinky toe as you lift the left leg and open the chest. Option to bind here. You can bend the left knee towards the chest to grab the shin or the ankle. And then press into a quad stretch here. Or you can resist the grip by pressing the foot away and revolving the chest even more. Exhale, standing split. Drop the head. Right hand comes behind the right calf, bringing the head towards the shin. Squeeze the quad and lift the leg high, 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 even with the abs engaged. And then exhale, drop the left foot to meet Utkatasana chair. Coming all the way up. Urdhva squeeze the legs, reach all the way back. And exhale, hands to heart center. Kind of a fun sequence. Let's try it on the other side. Inhale, sit back chair. Exhale, hands to heart center. Drop the head. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, place the hands. Plank. Lower down, strong legs here. Elbows back, navel to thumbs. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg long. Sweep it forward to the left wrist. Crescent pose. Right back heel is lifted, hips are square. Press the top of the right thigh back. Squeeze the glute. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. Keep the exhale as you twist over to the left. And then bring that elbow outside of your left knee. And so I'm using my left hand to lift and lengthen my chest to bring my elbow more squarely outside, and then my thumbs coming to heart center. Notice the difference in the side and use the breath to lengthen and soften. Bringing strength to the back leg. Drop those shoulders down. Release the neck. Revolve the chest. On the exhale, pull the abs in. Twist a little deeper. Next inhale, left hand on thigh, come up to crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Bend that left knee, arms wide. And then triangle pose. Shorten your stance, squeeze the quads, lengthen. Exhale, right hand to hip. Left hand comes outside of pinky toe. Lift the right leg. And then when you feel safe, open the arm. Always options here to grab a block. And then if you did it on the other side, bend the knee in, grab the shin or ankle, and then press into the hand to revolve the chest. Relax the head and neck. Exhale, release. Right hand down, left hand behind calf. Standing split here. Squaring the shoulders, pulling in the abdomen as you lift the leg higher and bring the face towards the shin. Inhale, look forward, drop the right leg. Sit into chair, drop the hips. Drop them even more. And roll onto your back. So let's take a couple rolls here. Tucking the tail, rolling towards the shoulders, sacrum. Good. All right. Let's come to our abdomen here. So kind of swing your legs around. We'll do some frog pose in Vinyasa. So let's just take a moment here, bringing the one, we're now on the floor, so just relax the spine, bring one cheek to the mat. Maybe rock side to side. Inhale, lift the head. Keep the left leg long, bend the right, and then bring your hand to the top of the right foot. So here's a nice place to have a strap to, if you can't make that grab, if you have tight quads. Bring the left elbow in into like a half sphinx here, lifting the chest. And then pull the right heel just outside of the hip here. And if you can, it might be easier to grab the inside of the foot and then rotate the heel of the hand forward so the fingers are facing forward. You can press the foot down even more. So bringing that heel, getting a super nice quad stretch here. Square hips, square shoulders, sacrum down. And release. Drop the cheek to the mat the other side and kind of shake it out. And then inhale, lift the chest. Right elbow comes into underneath the shoulder in half sphinx. Left comes around to grab the outside of the foot. And then flip that hand to the inside of the foot and pull the left heel to outside of your hip. So it's going to line up kind of outside the glute there. And if you can pivot the heel of the hand so that the fingers face forward, you can get a better grip to press the heel. Look forward, press the quad away, sacrum down, right leg strong. Lifted chest. Use the breath to open up any tight areas. And release. And drop the head. And then bring the feet together. And hands behind you in locust pose. Draw the shoulders up and then pull the inner shoulder blades down the back. Palms face up, lift the chest, lift the head, lengthen the entire body coming into locust here. Toes are touching. Go for length. So back of the head, neck, shoulders, glutes, quads, hamstrings, going up, and exhale, release. And this time we will do the same posture in locust, but we'll bend the knees to grab, coming into Dhanurasana. So have your strap ready if you like. Locust prep, forehead down, lift the shoulders, draw them down the back. Squeeze the quads, lift the entire body up, And then bend the knees and grab one ankle and the other ankle or strap. And then press the shins away as you lift the chest higher. Bringing the breath into the diaphragm, the lower abdomen. It's a very activated breath here. Can you press the shins away and lift the chest higher, keeping the sacrum down? Last few. And exhale. Woo. Shake side to side. Good, let's come into child's pose. Untuck the toes. Come into this forward bend. Knees wide. And you can sit on your heels or flatten the tops of the feet down. Inhale, let's swing across the feet and bring the feet out in front. And let's take a strap here. If you've been using one, this will be helpful. And for those who can do Shirshasana with the bind, using just their hands, that's fine. But I'll offer this option. So right leg long, left knee bent, and then bring a little loop into your strap and bring it around the ball of your foot here. And then the strap's going to lay on top of the right quad. Or you can bring the heel towards the abdomen, towards the navel center, and then rotate it down so the top of the foot is nestled into the top of the right thigh. And I still have my strap here. I'm going to bring my left hand around behind my back to grab the strap. I'm going to reach forward for my right foot. So if you already have the bind and you're able to, without the strap, to grab your foot, and then chest square to the right leg, go ahead to do that. But the strap is kind of nice, even if you don't have the foot nestled in that groin space. So bound Shirshasana, looking forward. Release the breath. Release the low back. Lower the chest. And reach the chest towards the feet. Extra credit if you can squeeze the quad and lengthen the ball of the foot away. It'll get you a nicer, more powerful Shirshasana. And you can even use the heel of your foot. What's nice about these binds is they can help move the bowel, any stagnation, and the mini belly bolster here. Good. And inhale, let's switch sides. So release that left leg, undo the strap if you had it. The left foot comes long. Right heel inside the inseam of the left leg. And then you'll bring that strap to the front and grab a loop. Place the loop around the right foot. And then the strap's going to come on top of the left thigh there. So this, for level 1, you're going to come into this grabbing the strap. That's going to be nice. If you have more flexibility and you want to hug that foot in, touch your umbilicus with your heel, and then bring that foot inside the upper thigh. Another option. And then with or without the strap, you'll bring your right hand around the back to grab the strap, left hand long to grab the ball of the foot. If you can't reach the ball of the foot, you might need 2 straps. But do what is best for you. What I want is length, just nice forward bend, space in the low back. Reach the chest forward. I tend to be more tight on my left low abdomen than my right, so I'm going to use my heel to press into that inner hip space and lengthen. And soften and become humble with the breath. Squeeze the left quad, press the ball of the foot away. Don't be afraid of your own strength or your own softness. Good. And then inhale, come up. Release the foot, release the strap if you had it. And then bend the knees in. And we'll come to our backs. And give the knees a hug. Press the low back in. And then the left leg is going to be long. And then we're going to bring the right hands to grab the big toe and then lengthen the heel towards the ceiling. And try to draw that right shoulder down. You can bring the left hand to the top of the thigh to really press that thigh long. Notice how much the ball of my foot's engaged. I see this a lot in my classes. The foot is kind of just waxed to the side. Engage that left foot. Press the ball of the foot away. And then look up. Pull the leg towards the face. Lift the chin. Lengthen. You can bring the other hand to the ball of the foot. Just bring the right leg towards the face. And exhale, lower the head, lower the leg. And switch sides. Left knee bends, right leg long. Take peace fingers to big toe. Right hand to top of thigh. Look at the right ball of the foot and press the inner thigh, inner toes away. And then lengthen the left heel to the sky. Draw the left shoulder down as you lift the head. And with the bicep engaged, pull the left leg towards the face. Right hand can meet the ball of the foot. Can you go a little further? And exhale, down, drop the leg, drop the head. Then bring the arms out into a T, knees up. Lift the hips, bring them over to the right. Bring the right knee on top of the left. Maybe you come to Virasana, eagle feet, and wrap even the toes under the left calf. And then lift the knees and drop them over to the left into this twisted pose, looking over the right shoulder. Kind of drop that right shoulder if you can. Takes a little adjustment to lengthen the left away and drop the right. And then once you find your posture, just release and relax. Notice the breath. Letting everything descend into the earth. undo the toes, rotate the knees to the ceiling, and unwind. And with the feet parallel, lift the hips and bring them over to the left. Lift the left knee, drape it over the right. Option to tuck the left toes under the right calf. And then bend the knees in, drop them over to the right. Lift and lengthen the chest to twist. Kind of lowering that left shoulder even slightly more and look over that left hand. And then from here, in this twist, the hardest part is to release and relax the entire spine. Using the breath. Humbling the mind. Becoming so simple inside the body. Nice inhale. And as you exhale, draw the knees up, unwind the legs. And then find your way to Shavasana or Shavasana prep. If you want to bring the feet wide and knock the knees in with the palms face up. And eventually lengthening the legs. Or if you want to do soles of the feet together, knees wide, and the hands can grab the ankles. For prep for Shavasana, it's kind of nice sometimes to do a Shavasana in one of these poses before the actual Shavasana. It's up to you. So take this time to get comfortable. Relax the mind. And take as long as you need in this Shavasana. At least 20 to 40 breaths. To reset the entire body, giving thanks to the body, returning to your intention. Thank you for joining me today. It's always a pleasure to serve you. Namaste, yogis.